and welcome to Portugal Dreams. We've got another video for you, letting you know what we've done this week. The weather's been 13 to about 20 degrees this week, which has been quite comfortable for working in, and the next few days are forecast to be 20 plus. It's been a little bit windy, but that kind of helps cool it down a bit whilst we're working. We've done quite a few odd jobs this week. We've pulled a wall down and there's various other bits which you'll see. We're having to prepare now for areas for the builders to put building materials, because they're coming shortly to replace the roofs. We've also got a recipe for you, so I hope you enjoy this week's video.
So a good sign that spring is definitely on its way is the trees starting to blossom. Looks nice, and it's also beginning to smell nice as well as it's opening up.
So Steve's just putting some fencing around the walnut tree. It's mainly to stop the goats when they come in grazing, because the little goat's not tethered, she's just loose.
And we want them in.
We want them in because they keep the grass down, but
and we like them.
And we like them, yeah.
The funny bouncing about. So all I'm trying to do is twist the wire into each other so that it holds it in a circle. I'm not going to fasten it to the post because it'll keep itself up in shape as long as the goats don't climb on it. If they climb on it, then I'll staple it up, but this moment in time I think it's high enough that they won't get to the top of it anyway.
I don't think actually they'll bother with this one at the moment because it's just a stick, this walnut tree. It's when it starts getting leaves and things they might decide they want a nibble of it.
As I say, this is just really twisted up, just twisted round just to hold it together, and hopefully it'll just sit in place. As I say, if it becomes a problem and it gets squashed, I'll come back out and tack it up. But I don't really think they'll climb on it. We have some more wire inside as well.
The posts have come out of the scrap pile of wood.
Just stuff we've reclaimed, that's why they're all different sizes.
Just recycling it, yeah. And the netting's what's left over from doing the chicken run.
I think that'll be alright.
Yeah.
Do you?
Hopefully, yep.
I just wanted to stop goat going in. I'm just wondering whether I need to pin the bottom down actually.
Yeah, I was just thinking about that.
I might nick my pins out of there.
Yep.
Which again are recycled, they're off a old television aerial. What we found kicking about in the sheds. And since we've got wire around this now, it doesn't need to be there, really. There's 4 of these. So if we stake them in between the posts.
Yep.
It'll pull it in a bit better shape anyway, and hopefully... Oh, I missed that one. Hopefully hold it down as well. You see the awkward one, it's quite tight.
That post's leaning, is it meant to be?
I couldn't do anything, but
okay.
We haven't got the... They're not straight posts.
Okay.
They're not straight cuts. So it's a bit awkward, and as I've pulled it, obviously it's pulled in a bit. So they're not very good posts. It's got a sort of shaped wobble on it.
As long as it does what it's meant to do, that's fine.
Well, that's the thing. I think the netting will stop anything getting to it for a while. So we'll just go down to the next one. Little goats are getting quite brave now, just coming and nosy at me. Don't know how close they'll come. One of them's really inquisitive. Yeah. Hello. Oop. Just scared them then, moving me out. The one on the left's the inquisitive one, the other one seems to just follow. So on the last video we were talking about trees with holes in them. Not only are they splitting, but we've also got these big holes. Sure you can see that, although I'm pointing into the sun so it may be difficult. But yeah, as you can probably see, most of our trees are in very good condition. They're splitting, they're rotten, quite a lot of dead bits on them, so we need to chop a lot of this back. Hopefully some of it may survive. As you can see, they are quite state. Well, there is some buds coming on them, so hopefully we'll get this year and we'll trim some of this back soon. As you can see, this one looks really badly rotted. You'd think it was dead, but you can see there's quite a lot of new growth on there. Yeah, again, it's something we'll have to trim back, get rid of the dead wood. Hope some of the other comes back okay. But, yeah, most of the left hand side of this one's dead. And it's easy to see why, you know, when you've got a hole like that down it. Even that side's got a big hole in it, but again, it seems to be getting new growth on it, so yeah, I don't know really what we do about them. Again, cut the dead off, I would think, and see where we go from there. Hope they last a bit longer.
Come on. So Ellie Rose's job today is cleaning out the chicken shed.
Come on.
It's quite low, and she's the only one who can bend that low.
Come on.
Or should I say she finds it easier than what we do.
Go on.
Come on, Chucky Chucks. You need to come out for her to clean it. I'll just shut the gate, shall I, Ellie Rose?
I thought I'd shut it.
Henrietta, always the inquisitive one. Is that Henrietta?
No, this one's Henrietta.
Oh, yeah.
That one is Dora. No, Dora.
Out you come, Dora.
Yoko.
Right, I'll let you get on with that and I'll carry on with my job. So we've just about finished clearing out the inside of the pig yard.
Some of this bottom stuff will make some really good compost, and we've already collected some for that. I'm going to collect some more in a minute, but just to make it easier, we're going to get this wall out.
I'm just going to have to be careful because, can you just move a minute, Ellie Rose? There's two lovely, what do they call them? Troughs.
Yeah.
Old stone troughs. So Steve and Ellie Rose are going to push the wall this way.
Yeah, what we've done is, because this wall's tied in, we've just chipped down here with the concrete and down that side, just to make sure it don't pull this out. And we've just given it a little push, rock, and make sure it's going to go, and it'll go by the look of it. So, yep, as long as Ellie Rose is careful and doesn't fall over with it,
No, shouldn't
we're going to pull the rest down.
Yay!
That worked.
That's another job I've been dying to get out of the way.
So all we've got to do now is
Clear it up.
clear up.
Great.
So while I'm having a breather, the girls are carrying on breaking this up, which is really good. Breaking the wall up, taking barrel loads off. Ellie Rosie's doing a heck of a job. We're just sort of discussing what we're going to do with the bottom of here, because there's a lot of stone, but there's a lot of gaps between the stones. So what we're probably going to do is break up some of the roof tiles when we get it out, break off some of the roof tiles off the barn up there, and use them. We've loads of that type of tiles all over the place, so yeah, if we break them up, and then we'll use it just to pack it out. And that's where some of the roof tiles what are coming off the off the main roofs in the houses are going to get stacked in here for now, and the other side of the wall if we need any more space. As you see, Debbie's on with pulling wood out, old wood, rotten wood. We've still got loads of it kicking about the place, so it's just a matter of digging it out and having a fire. We're going to have even more wood when we start taking the roofs off, so all of this is just scrap. Some of the wood out of the roofs is good wood, so we'll keep that and either use it for firewood or some of the posts we'll use for building.
Firewood.
So we've just finished clearing up for today. We've cleared most of the wall away, what we'd broken up. We've still got some like composty stuff in there what will go in the bottom of the the other raised bed when I build it. but at this moment in time we haven't got any more sacks left. There is quite a lot of stone, what makes started to make a flat area in here. We didn't do it, it's what we've dug into. So what we're going to do is finish off with some schist and what have you, what we've got kicking about, and just lay it down roughly and fill the gaps with some broken tile or whatever, to make it easier for when the builders want to store the tiles on here. Hopefully it'll just make it easier for them to walk on, make it so we don't get so many weeds and things through. We may just need to store some here. We're going to store some at the other side of this wall as well, but I need to trim that down really well before they start, otherwise we'll have grass 10 foot high through the tiles. As well as that, we've got some nice concrete pots down here. Well, no, they're not concrete, they're granite actually, what's been carved out, as you can see by that one. We need the water out of there because that's been stood there a while. I don't know whether we'll ever move these, but how heavy they'll be. But yeah, so I think that's quite a good job for today. Certainly give us a bigger area, and it's certainly a lot tidier than it was, which was one of the main things. So I was up at the top of the garden, and I thought, when I was looking down, the orange what we planted the other day looks quite green at the top. So I've just come down for a look, and actually there's a bud on one of a flower bud on one of the stalks. Hope you can see that. Hope it's somewhere near in focus. Well, it's blowing around in the wind a bit, so it's hard to see, but yeah, I was quite surprised. I would hold it, but I'm at the top of the wall, so, and I can't get down there at the moment. But yeah, seems to have got quite a lot of growth on the ends of these. To say they've only been in a week or so, and certainly having a bud on it really surprised me. So this morning I'm just getting a bit more of this tidying up done, but I'm also putting some more stone down. It's not very level, but it's more level than what's already there, and it's really just to stand old tiles and things on. I'm breaking some old tiles up, one to get rid of them, and two so that it just makes them a little bit more stable, filling the gaps in, stops them rocking quite as much, because we're not doing anything fancy. It's, you know, to stand stuff on. At some point we may decide we're going to do something better, concrete it or something like that, or I don't know, or lay stones proper, I don't know, but at this moment in time it's just to stand stuff on. But while I've been doing that, this arrived. So Debbie says it's Father's Day this month, opposite way around to England, where it's Father's Day in June and Mother's Day in March, from what I understand. So yeah, she obviously wants me to do some more work. I'm obviously not doing enough, so she got me a new tool so I can do a bit more. So this afternoon we're just starting to empty some of these barns around the track side of the house. We've got an awful lot of tiles and things like that to move. A lot of them Ellie Rosie's going to break up to put in the pig pen where we've just been digging out, just to make the floor a bit more solid, not level, because we're not trying to level it, as I said. But it'll help get rid of some of these, and it'll also make that a bit firmer for when the builders put some of the main roof tiles into there while we store them, while we decide what we're going to do with them. Some might be for sale, some we might use to replace some of this tin and some of the other roofing round the back. So we'll see what we're going to do there. But at the moment we're just clearing out this bit. As you can see, there's a lot of wood. It's old, it's rotten, some metal sheets, plastic pipe. We'll just show you a bit as we go on. Sorry, just unhook that. Watch a lot of this because it's got nails in it as well. So we just found this spider. If anybody knows what sort it is and whether it's venomous, I know most spiders are, but not to the point that they sting her out like that. Yeah, if you'd like to let us know what it is, I won't be touching it, that's for certain.
We've got to clear these sheds out because this is where the building materials are going to go for the new roofs. So while Steve's doing that, I'm just going to show you the lovely view from this side of the property.
Starting to make a dent.
Right.
So we're nearly done with these these roundish tiles, old-fashioned things. There's still a lot more junk to move. Hardcore and, well, I don't know about hardcore, but certainly broken up tiles. I think they come out of the house when they've replaced that bit of roof. So there's more and more junk to move everywhere we go. We'll get to the end of it one day.
Maybe.
I was just thinking we're going to have a lot more soon. We get the roofs done.
Yeah, because there's all those off the barn roofs to come down.
I'm just meaning these tiles.
Oh.
These up here as well.
Oh yeah, there's all these. I don't know how we're going to put these.
Tin panels. Wow. No, well, we'll just stack them up somewhere and we'll use them as we said before. get that roof, them roofs done, we might put them tiles on here at some point.
Yeah.
And further down and at the other side. Who knows? I think that's about it for another trip. And then there's half a load, a couple of big bits. Yeah.
Well, I'll come back for half a load.
I put some blocks down here so we could stack against. I thought there was more tiles than what there was, but there's still a load down there to move, and there's some under the barns as well, so we've got plenty of them to break up and make a path when we want to.
Oops, that's Ellie Rose's job. She enjoys doing that.
Yeah, Ellie Rose is doing some of that now, so breaking up. It's all good. So as you can see, we've managed to clear most of this out today. We've got rid of all the stonework, some bottles what were laying about, and some wood. We've still got some wood to remove, but that's just a few odd bits. So what I've started doing is removing the straw at the other end. I'll show you that in a second. I just realised I'd left it straight there. So as you can see, we've got quite a lot of straw in here. I've already dug quite a patch out, as you may be able to tell, I don't know. But it's just a matter of keep going at it until we get rid of it. All this space is going to be used for storing the roof tiles and anything else the builders need when they come, so hopefully we'll give them enough space. It is a bit of a pain of a job because none of the bales are tied anymore. They've all rotted away, or they just fall apart. I don't think they've been baled as such, they've been more bundled. I'll show you a bundle when I can get to one. So this is one of the bundles, and why they drop to pieces is they're actually tied with straw. So when somebody's bundled them up, they've made a rope out of straw. Obviously as the rest broken down, that's broken down as well, and they've all fallen to pieces. There is the odd ones with blue string in them, but majority of them are like that. So that's another one that's actually got string on it. So we're just taking that round to the other barn at the moment till we figure out what we're actually going to do with all of this, because we've got absolute loads of it. Don't know whether it's worth using, whether it's it's possible to fire it. I just don't know. But whatever, it's in the way at the moment. We're just going to have to move it.
I'm going to make a vegetable soup. The farmer last year brought me more butternut squash than we could use. Also the same with the cabbage and red peppers. So I chopped all those and froze them so that we could use them throughout the winter. So I'm going to just add those to the pan now. Pop some peas in as well, they're frozen. Carrot, potato and celery. So I'll just get the frozen bits in first. That bit's for me. Can save all the peelings for the chickens now. So this is Dottie. She's climbing up my leg because she likes carrot. She usually gets a little piece of carrot. You'll have to wait, Dottie. So that's the potatoes washed. Those up and pop them in. Cut some of the potatoes a little bit smaller than the others, and then they break down quicker, soften quicker and break down, and that helps to thicken it. So that's all the vegetables in there. Oh, I've just forgotten an onion, so I just need to add an onion now. When I peel an onion, I always leave the root well last. It's the root that makes you cry. So I just cut down one side of the root. So I've got a small half and a big half. And again, I don't cut right into the root, I just stop before the root. leave the root intact, no tears. So I'm going to add 1 chicken oxo and 2 vegetable cubes now. So that's the oxos added. I've just broken them up, but I've not dissolved them in any water, because once I add the boiling water, they'll break down anyways, the cooking. And I've added plenty of pepper. No salt, because as we all know, stock cubes are quite salty. So I've added the water and given that a good stir, and now I'm going to bring it back to the boil. Pop the lid on. Then when that comes back to the boil, I'm going to simmer it for about 15 minutes. I'll test the carrot because that's the hardest vegetable of them all, and see how that is. And then the next stage will be to partially blend it. So as I say, I'm going to bring that back to the boil and then simmer it. So that's been simmering for about 15 to 20 minutes, and the carrots are not soft, but a little bit more than al dente. The potatoes ready, so I'm just going to blend that. I've only partially blended it, so there's still some lumps in, but it's not watery. You can add some milk as well if you want to make a cream of vegetable soup or cream of any other soup. Instead of cream itself, it's a lot less fattening. I've also made 2 loaves of bread this morning. It's a real easy recipe. I'll do that another week, show you how I've done that. So that's still warm, so I'm going to cut that open and we're going to have soup and freshly made bread for lunch. That's the bread cut open. So that's the soup ready. I'm just going to take that into Steve now. So that's it for this week. Please remember to like, subscribe and hit that notification bell to be informed of future videos. All the links are below for Instagram, Facebook, etc. And we'll see you in the next video.